In this lesson, we'll learn about error handling. In any of the programming languages, errors are common. So we need to identify what all the errors and how to fix them. So let's see that. Before identifying the errors, we need to categorize the errors. So what are the type of errors at least we see in this Discord application? Let's see that first. So the type of errors. With the respect to the type of errors, we can go in that way, not in the other ways. We can, if we categorize the errors and if we see the errors in those category, we can debug in those categories itself. For example, we have three types of errors in this Discord applications. So the first one would be the errors occurring because of the library. In sense, we are not using the library properly. I mean, the inputs library is expecting. If you are not sending the inputs in that way or in that format, library would obviously throw an errors. Those comes under the library errors. So, and the next things are JavaScript errors. These are in common in general, the simple JavaScript errors like if you reassign any value to the constant variable, or if you are not using a variable and calling a function without declaring them. So these are a general JavaScript errors. And third one would be the WebSocket or the network errors. These occurs because of the network issues. If you have, there is no concurrent solution for these results. Only the more stable connection will resolve these issues. So first of all, these are the type of errors we have. So let's see one by one how to resolve them or how to identify them. For example, I will take the ping.js file here. So now I'm removing the message here. So a constant message we send, right? I'm removing that. So I will try to ping the message now. Now I will try to do a ping command. So as on when I do a ping, I need to get a pong, but I did not got the pong message. It means something went wrong there. So you need to go back here and expand this shell. So go to the top from where the mon node was started. So here it was started. So here, if you understand, it is saying Discord API error. It means this error is categorized as a Discord API error. It is saying cannot send an empty message. It means we are using Discord messages, Discord library. All these properties and methods are we are using from Discord method. It will be expecting an message inside this send. If there is no message, it means we are not properly following the Discord API. That's the reason Discord has thrown an error for us. In these type of errors, instead debugging for a long time, we need to go back to the documentation like this and we need to refer the message exactly. So why, what is the exact error we are getting? So that's the only solution we have. Like we need to go through the documentation well. So how I am using the API. So what exactly the API is expecting from me. So these are the things you need to do. So for example, now if I give any of the message here, so it will be accepted. So it means it is expecting this message. So that's the reason it is saying cannot send an empty message. These are the Discord API errors. Usually these APIs errors would be in this way. You need to categorize as this is a Discord API. You no need to check whether there is any JavaScript error or a WebSocket error. It is clearly showing that this is an Discord library error. So you need to verify the syntax or the whether it is inputs or correcting correctly we are following the format or input parameters correctly sending or not. We need to check that. That's all about this Discord API errors. So coming to the JavaScript errors. So usually JavaScript errors are like, let me show you an error in the index file. So usually in a JavaScript errors, I am assigning again to this command, I'm assigning an empty array. So I mean, I'm assigning or new reference to this command. So once I run this application, so just I will click again ping. So to go back here, your app would be crashed because you got an error. So let's go to the top. Here, if you observe here, it is clearly showing an error index.js file, line number 32. It is showing this assignment symbol. You can see this type errors, syntax errors, all these type of errors are comes under JavaScript errors. This everything comes under the JavaScript errors. You need to understand these. This is nowhere related to the API or WebSocket network issues. This is purely related to the JavaScript error. You need to understand the error like assignment to the constant variable, because we have declared the commands as a constant variable. Again, we are trying to reassign it. So these are the errors. So this is an error. These are the JavaScript error we need to identify in this way, and we need to resolve it. So usually not only these errors you may get when you call an async await functions, you will be getting few errors. So how to handle them? So I'm going back to the crypto file. So here we wrote an async function, async and an await function. So how to handle the errors here? I will show you with the try block and catch. So if you feel any of the code is a risky code, then you need to keep that code in a try block like this. So I kept entire this code in a try block because I feel this code is a bit risky. So those type of code should be kept at that in the try block. So so that you can catch that errors. So I'm catching that error. If something goes wrong in this try block, then it comes to this catch block. If everything goes fine, this catch block will not be executed. Here in this catch block, I'm logging the file. So just I'm logging error in crypto file, and I will log the error. So this is what the error. So now we need to generate an error here. So that's the reason here it should be IDs. I've removed ID. Yes. So let's see how this try block catch block catches the error. So I'm typing crypto Bitcoin ETH. So here, if you see, we did not got any in output from the bot. Go back there. So let's understand the error. So here, if you see, the catch block catch the error. Error came in crypto file. The error is of type error. It means we are using some mismatch type. Cannot read the property of ETH of undefined. It will give some more hint for us when an API occurs, and also you can have additional inputs if you scroll up, because we have console the data output. We have console the output. So the response is also showing us there is something missing. There is a missing parameter IDs. When you're trying to call this coin deco API, then you need to use this parameter. So here you can identify the coin gecko issue. So in the CoinGecko, the valid invalid parameters. While you are using this API, you need to have a valid parameter IDs, not ID. So that's the reason I kept here as IDs. Yes. So if you keep IDs yes, then this would run as it is. So let's check that. Bitcoin. So there won't be any issue. So we'll get the output like this. So in this way, you need to keep the try and catch methods to identify or catch the errors. If you keep the catch block, it will identify and it will show exact message in which file it is shown. So that's the usage of this try and catch blocks. So coming to the WebSocket errors, we can't, I mean, there is no proper solution for that. So it is like a more stable connection, robust connection will help us to resolve the WebSocket errors. In Discord 16th version, this Discord library will automatically try to reconnect to the network. So that is the thing we need to understand. So usually this is all about the error handling. If something you change in this shell, in this file index.js, immediately don't go and try to check here. So we need to give at least a few seconds to load this. All the new files should be loaded. So this is all about the error handling.